My name is Temba Nolutshungu, and I am a director of the Free Market Foundation, an organization that promotes liberty for all. Whilst blacks were being oppressed by apartheid in South Africa, the liberty of whites was being compromised by the measures used to suppress the aspirations of their fellow citizens. In the same way, claims by the newly formed United States of America to be a land of liberty were undermined by the slavery in the southern states. Slavery in the USA is long gone, as well as the discriminatory Jim Crow laws which came later. But, in my view, the United States will not know true liberty until all vestiges of racial legislation have been removed. Recently, I reread Martin Luther King's great "I Have a Dream" speech. I was again moved and inspired by its central message, a call for liberty for all Americans. King was not asking for the playing field to be tilted the other way. He was not asking for special privileges for black Americans so as to right the wrongs of the past. He knew that for liberty to prevail, the law should treat everyone the same, that there is no liberty for one unless there is equality before the law. Our black consciousness movement drew inspiration from American black power activists and primarily from Martin Luther King's liberating call for freedom for all. We shared his dream. We applauded his efforts to persuade Americans to choose liberty. And we attempted to persuade South Africans to choose liberty also as the goal of black emancipation from the clutches of the apartheid state. It was liberty we wanted, not the opportunity to seek compensation for past wrongs or to discriminate against any other racial group or cultural group. We knew that if we in turn became the oppressors, we would be denying ourselves true liberty. We did not plan to use the power of Parliament to the detriment of anyone else, as it had been so unjustly used against us. We despised whites who relied on a paternalistic government to protect them from black competition. We wanted a truly non-racial dispensation in which government and the laws of the country would not discriminate on the grounds of color. We, who had tasted the bitterness of racially discriminatory legislation, knew that it was not only its victims who were sickened by these laws. Many whites were also sickened by them. Children born after 1994 will be turning 19 this year. Those who were 11 years old will be turning 30. The whites among them can't possibly be accused of having participated in the crime of apartheid. Should they not be exempted from the racially based laws? When will racial discrimination be removed from the statute books once and for all? When will this country have equality at law? When will we have true liberty? When will my children and your children know the joy of living in a truly free country where their legal status is no longer determined by race? I am dedicated to the eradication of racially preferential discriminatory policies. Martin Luther King's immortal words resound hauntingly in my mind. I have a dream that my 4 children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. Affirmative action is politically unnecessary, economically irrational, and morally unjust. History shows that affirmative action has never produced the results envisaged or desired by its proponents. There is plenty of empirical evidence to the effect that wherever affirmative action has been implemented, the benefits accrue mainly to those few individuals in the target group who are politically well connected. It has never brought about the socio-economic upliftment of the genuinely needy who are the intended beneficiaries. You may ask, if affirmative action were abandoned in South Africa, what means could we use to aid those who have suffered the multiple deprivations imposed by apartheid? How are they to overcome decades of disadvantage? In my view, the starting point should not be race or any other category defined by inherited characteristics, but only poverty. The purpose of our interventions should be neither compensation nor retribution. Our aim should be to help poor families across all communities in such a way that their dignity, pride, and desire for self-reliance are not compromised, but rather enhanced. There are many proactive ways in which will enable the self-empowerment of the poor without diminishing their self-respect or engendering a sense of victimhood and entitlement. One such manner is to allocate shares in state-owned enterprises, as was done in the Czech Republic, and to transfer superfluous state-owned land to poor households on a non-racial basis. I am aware that my opposition to affirmative action will bring down the wrath of many upon my head. So be it. But I must respond in the words of an earlier Martin Luther. Here I stand. I cannot do otherwise. I believe in the forgiving nature of the human spirit. I believe that as poor whites are proportionately numerically negligible, fellow black South Africans in the spirit of Ubuntu will be open to poor people of all races being accommodated in the empowerment program. I believe that South Africans can look beyond race and vested interests and outrun America in eradicating preferential policies once and for all, in whatever guise it comes. I truly believe that liberty is indivisible. If some of us do not have liberty, none of us have liberty.